Been 2 days since our last walk, and temperature's changed a bit. It's Sunday. It was meant to rain yesterday and today, and it did sort of light rain on and off for most of yesterday, and then I think it rained throughout the whole night. The ground's quite a bit wet. It's been followed through with what feels like a cold front. It's forecast to rain this afternoon, and because I said I was going to spend the weekend working on uni with the rain, if I get these guys exercised in the morning rather than waiting till the afternoon, I can do that, then I can go back and work on uni and not worry that I've missed the day for them and had them miss out. It's about 9:25 right now. We'll get a walk in, I'll get back. We'll get back mid-morning. I can go and lock myself away in the study for a while and work on my assignment, and because I got the last one done, and the second one is due a lot sooner. It's Father's Day here in Australia, so I gave Dad a call this morning to check on how he's doing with his chemo as well. Before I forget, all I know from yesterday in terms of COVID is that New South Wales figures were 1,533. It looks like they're climbing. Modelling and the Health Minister and the Premier are basically saying right now that they reckon that October is going to be our worst month. Now, it's only the 5th of September. So if they're saying October is going to be our worst month, how do they think we're going to open in October? Kids go back to school in October. There's rumours going around that they may be cancelling the final exams for the kids, except for English, which is the compulsory exam, so they'd be able to get every kid to do that compulsory one. Ooh, there's a bite to that wind. Blowing straight through my clothes. That way they can get some form of metric which is across the whole state, because every kid has to do English. But then the rest of the subjects are all elective, so there's a bit more moderating involved. But like I said, that's a rumour. It is a rumour coming from like the principals and the principal network and that sort of stuff. Waiting to see whether that rumour pans out to be true. this piece along the bottom, you can see from up here you can't actually see a gap anymore. And when you have to get right down to see underneath. I left that. It's about a 1/4 of an inch gap so that rain that's going to come in here will be able to flow out. So I didn't want to block it. But from up here, it's just a lot. I think I'll still caulk it and repaint. Probably. But it's just going to be a little bit more comfortable for Sam out here. A somewhat reluctant trip out of the house. I really don't want to go anywhere if I can help it, but Batman's eats a lot of food, and the big bag that we got, which would usually last a fair bit, is Sam and Lucky. They've gone through it a little bit quicker, so rang the place. They're down near Penrith, not in Penrith, and I rang them up to do a click and collect like I did last time, and so just pay for the bag over the phone, and then when I get down there, they said just give them a bell and they'll bring the bag out and dump it in the back of the truck. Heading down to do that. Gonna have to go out again tomorrow too, but going to up to Katoomba. Click and collect groceries, because delivery on groceries has really stretched out. We ordered online, and then there was more times to organise the click and collect, where you just go up and I know at Emu Plains they would bring it out to your car. I'm not sure what they do at Katoomba, but anyway, that's happening tomorrow morning, because tomorrow's Saturday. Today's Friday! 1 week left of school for the term. Working on year 11 and 12 reports, getting them set up for staff. Today, the assessment schedule for the new year 12s starting next term. The HSC exam timetable came out today with all the brand new dates, starting from the 9th of November, going through to 3rd of December. Fingers crossed that we are back to normal for the kids to be able to do the exams. I don't think many of them are really looking forward to it. But brand new exam schedule, lots of COVID rules for the exams, like how far apart the exam tables need to be set up minimum, and mask wearing, etc. Social distancing. I did not see the news conference this morning, but I did hear part of it, and my wife told me part of it, and that's that they're detecting traces of COVID in the sewerage in different areas. One of the areas was Lightning Ridge. So I knew that there were cases out at Walgett, but if they're detecting, they've obviously decided to try and do some testing on the sewerage out there, because people are just going, well, we're far enough away. So I gave Dad a ring, because he's still doing chemo. On my trip up the mountains for the groceries that we couldn't get delivered because it was too far, like it was too far off. Wife was going to come out as well, just to get out of the house and like go for a drive. And then this morning she said, "You all right if you go on your own?" I said, "Yeah, it's fine." And then she said, "That way you can sit in your car and talk to yourself to the camera." The first stop on this trip is the Bunnings up in Katoomba. For wife, we've gotten a few things on their drive and collect, like click and collect. With drive and collect, they've got a specific couple of parking bays just outside. You give them a call, they grab your order, and they bring it out. Well, the way the drive and collectors are meant to work is they come out, you pop the boot, they drop the stuff in your boot, close your boot and you go. The stuff we had was only a small amount of things in a cardboard box, and she was originally just going to go drop it in the tray of the truck, and she goes, actually, do you want to take this and put it in the back? And I said, yeah. So grabbed it. So now into town, because this is the industrial area of Katoomba. I head into town to Woolies. They don't quite do click and collect the way Emu Plains does. Emu Plains was just like Bunnings. You pull up outside and they come out and put your stuff in your boot. Katoomba, you've got to go into the service desk. Big W collection was a thing where you order online, they'll pick the stuff, bag it up, and then you let them know when you get to this car park, and they had a specific car parking space that said, you know, Big W pickup. Now, for those overseas, Big W is basically, I reckon, a subsidiary of Walmart. The signage, the labeling, all that sort of stuff just looks like Walmart, and it's like Walmart, Woolworths, all that sort of stuff, the same company. But anyway, I arrived, clicked on the little link in our email, said I was here, person came down, asked to double check what the name on the order was. They went back up into the store, then came down with the order all bagged up and whatever, and they just, again, hand it to you. So it's sort of like, thank you. I think if I had a car with a trunk, it would have been the same sort of thing where they'd come and just go plonk and plonk it in your trunk for that complete contactless. So now, Woolworths, I've clicked in our app that I was on my way. The on your way thing says 15 minutes. So I'm just going to wait a few more minutes till I get to my 15 minutes to say, yes, I'm actually here. And then I've got to head up into the store. I actually moved to a different spot in the car park after the Big W because they were specific Big W collection points, so I didn't want to just leave my car sitting in those. One thing that concerned me as I was pulling in here was the it is a low car park, and so they have those big beams hanging across the driveway that says 1.8 meters high, so just shy of 6 feet. And I went, I wonder how tall the truck is because it's got the roof rails. I used to always worry about the van, but I used to bring the van in here, and the van's pretty tall. But they had them across the Big W parking as well, and I pulled in under there, and I thought I'll just get out and have a look. It looks like I clear it by about maybe a ½ an inch, like 12 mil. So as I was backing out, I just sort of looked to see if it was swinging after I backed out, just to check. But that definitely means if I end up getting some roof bars to go onto these rails, I would not be able to come into this car park. So there's the parking area over there. that's that. Picking up there wasn't too bad. You can actually say whether you'd like paper bags or plastic bags. My wife said paper, and all our last order got delivered in plastic, so plastic must be easier for the trucks deliveries and stuff. Mind you, that was also the order that they did a right stuff up on, and we didn't get half of our stuff. They chased up the truck driver, and he said his truck was empty, so he delivered half of our order to somebody else. We redid that order and re-delivered it within the next couple of days. They gave us a $20 credit to add on. This time, when I got up there, they said, it's a big order, you've actually got 2 trolleys. And I went, oh, okay, well, they showed me the 2 trolleys. I grabbed, there was a small one, that was the first one I brought down. And there was a couple of plastic bags in the trolley. And I thought, well, maybe they're putting the cold stuff in the plastic bags because the paper bag might not be as good for it, who knows. Got down here, the 2 paper bags were the cold things that we had, and the 2 plastic bags was somebody else's order because there was meat, sausages, custard, full cream milk. But when I looked in it, when you first looked at the bags, there was like carrots and mushrooms and lettuce on the top, and I went, okay, so cold stuff. So I took that back up because you've probably seen this before. Vegan. Everything's done. Out of here. No dude sitting in his parked car looking at me going, look at that dude talking to himself. I mean, I could be having a FaceTime call. Wasn't. One of the good things too, I mean, you can't see them, but having those little dog seats for the boys, they're perfect for putting your shopping bags into because they won't slide off the seat.